Hello and welcome to another Tuesday night here at Poe on the Go. Good to see everyone here. Hey, Apostate Alex is back. How was the festival, brother? Let's see here. Jeff D, what 3D printer do you have? Let's see. Hoopty, good evening. Uh I'm doing great. Just tired and sore and stiff, long day. Irma, John, how's everybody doing? Lady BB, hey. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're excited, lady. It's tonight's going to be a I kind of changed it up just a hair. Not just going to show you how I engrave the guitars, but I'm going to show you a little snippet of what I'm going to be doing for my next recorded and edited version, where I actually show how I make guitars by cutting and layering sheets of plywood to make the finished guitar. Let's see here. You back? Festival is awesome. How was Slipknot? You know I love Slipknot, dude. So let's see. Maybe looking fresh, but I'm feeling pretty. I'm feeling my age today. So hola, Silver Serpent, Goldie, Boss Mama. Let's make sure everybody knows when you are in the presence of Goldie. She is the moderator queen, boss mama for SPTV. So make sure you recognize, everybody show some love to Goldie out there. Let's see. All right. Slipknot was great. I didn't see much of it as it was I was backstage. Oh yeah, brag a little bit more. Oh, I was backstage. I couldn't see the concert. All I could do was hear it. I only got to hang out with the bands and be cool. So I'm playing. So you all know how this works. Before we get into deep, let's get our old pal Clearwater Chad in here. And how are we doing tonight, Clearwater Chad?
Good, Poe. Thank you, Poe. We'll get right to work since we got a lot of work today. Both Chad's agree it's 86 degrees in Clearwater, Florida. Free sip is 0. Wind is at 6, Poe, and it's 73% humid. Back to you, Poe.
All right, brother. Thank you. It's been kind of crazy here. We've had the rain come in. We had 2 solid days of rain. We needed it. My front yard. I mean, if you saw the cracks in the ground there, it looked like it was someplace on Mars or something. And then, but what was crazy is we'd been in the mid to high 80s, even into the 90s there for a while, and now we're down into 40s at night. You can see your breath in the evening. Wow. And today it got up into the 70s, but it most have been hitting was the mid 60s for last day or two.
Wow, interesting.
I know, Alex. I'm playing with you. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Jeff, you've got the Ender Neo, I believe you said. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it back up. Dang, oh. How far up is it? All right. Hold on. Let me get back down to it. Okay, there you go. You have the Ender 3 Neo. That's a good machine. Very good machine. I'm actually in talks right now with a couple of 3D companies about getting me both a resin and a standard, I believe it's the PLA 3D printers that they want me to start showing on my channel. Yeah, everybody make sure you say hello to Mini Chad there. So remember, our good friend Marilyn Honig is the queen behind that, who is doing the Mini Chad. She's also doing the wraps for the Mike Render bobbleheads. So, and on that topic, yeah, Jeff, the resin is it's pretty crazy. I haven't worked with one yet. I'm hoping to see, but the companies I'm talking to are doing the large format. We're talking one of them I think is 24 by 24 with a 30-inch height on it. The other one is around the 20 by 20 range with a 20-inch height on it as well. Let's see, friend Apostate Alex, friend of mine works for Ford and told me that about 10 years ago, they had a huge 3D printer they used to mock up almost full scale cars in the design process. Yeah, they're doing that. And I've seen where they're building these huge scale CNC routers that are able to, you literally lay styrofoam in there, glue together sheets of styrofoam. And then what they do is they put it in that machine like that. And I think it can do like 20 foot by 20 foot. They're huge. It's like a friend of mine over it, and you guys got to check out a group called Speed Cult Detroit. Great guys, Lenny over there, and all those folks. They're right down the road from me. It's not an advertisement. They're just, you see some of the stuff they do. Lenny's got two 12-foot by 12-foot CNC plasma tables, and they do ridiculous artwork with steel, aluminum, any kind of metal over there. Really crazy stuff. Renee, oh my OMG, it's quite chilly. I'd like those temperatures though. Next week it'll be in the hundreds. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in Texas, and I love Texas, but yeah, it gets hot. For me, this has been a little bit frustrating because been spending so much time in Southeast Asia where it never gets under 70 degrees. It stays in the 80s and 90s and even the hundreds. And the problem is, coming back to this, where in Michigan we only have two seasons. We have winter and we have mosquito. So that's my goodness. Let's see, Renee, apostate Alex. I'm sorry, Alex, but we pronounce it aluminum here, not aluminium. But let's see. Welcome, peace and love. Glad to have you in here. So before we get into this, let's talk about things that are coming up. On the 26th, we're going to be part of another chat-a-thon. Juliana Bittencourt, Marilyn Honig, Chad, and I believe Denver Stevo are the ones who are putting this all together. It's going to be a 10-hour marathon telethon to help raise money for Mike Render. And I'm sure everyone here knows it, but if you don't, Mike was diagnosed with advanced esophageal cancer, and the treatments are really expensive. I believe it was like $29,000 a month for his treatments. Well, the immediate response from the YouTube family and the SPTV network was to get into mode immediately. And they were able to raise the money for his first month's treatment right off the bat. Mike was worried about, my understanding, Mike was worried if he didn't, he wasn't going to be able to afford the treatments, and if he was going to leave his family sitting in this huge amount of debt. And I've said it before on here, and I'll say it again. When I was diagnosed, it was a wave of terror, and it wasn't because I was worried about dying. We all die. All right. I've lived a good life, and quite honestly, there's a couple of times I should have already been dead. So every breath that I'm taking is a grace from God. It's a gift from God for me. So that wasn't my concern. My concern was that my family was going to be left without me. Who was going to protect them? Who was going to provide for them? Who was going to help guide them? I have a child that is on the autism spectrum, and my other child, I love them both equally. But I'm one of those fathers. I've been very, very, very involved in my children's lives through, since they were born. I was actually, besides the doctors and the nurses, I was the first person to see and touch and hold my children. And that's literally my life. So I was terrified. Who's going to take care of them? Who's going to watch over them? What's going to happen? And then the worries about, am I going to leave my family sitting on top of a mountain of debt that they can't get out from underneath? Those are all true fears that I had. And so I understand what Mike was going through with all that, and to have the family come out like we have and show our support and help him get that first month's treatment taken care of, that really means a lot. So that's why we're moving forward with the chat-a-thon. I've been honored to be asked to be the person who leads it off. And I've got trying to get some special things put together for it. I'm trying to get some special guests lined up to jump in while I'm doing the first hour of it. It's going to be on June 26th, starting right after the Monday Night Live with Aaron, Mike, and Claire. So, Chad, why don't you fill us in a little bit more and let us know what we can expect.
Thanks, Poe. Just like Poe was saying, Poe is the first special guest, and we do have confirmed. I don't know if I should. I think I could name them. We have We have Kelly Copter. We have Mark Fisher. We're waiting on some other people. So there's some good stuff in the works. What else? Yeah, if you got Goldie, put up the links if anyone wants to be a guest. The creators, we're doing 1 hour and half hour, and we have details on the, if you want to email the link that Goldie was nice enough to post the link.
Excellent. Yeah, and Goldie's been doing really good about making sure we get all the links and everything in there for everyone. Alex, I can barely hear Chad on my end, so I can't hear the echo. I don't know what's really going on with that. Okay, Chad, give us a little more info on it. Let me mute my mic and see how that does.
Okay. Well, every hour we're doing giveaways. Marilyn's doing some giveaways, and that stuff is kind of in the works. I'm probably going to be donating a painting and giving that away too, or I am going to be. And just some of the stuff I don't really have all the details. Marilyn and Julie have more of the details. A lot of that stuff is really unconfirmed yet, but there'll be different things going on pretty much every hour.
And that appears that was the problem, was my microphone for some reason is picking up Chad. I don't understand it why it is. It's one of those microphones that literally points directly at where the sound is coming from. It shouldn't have been picking it up.
Okay.
We've been waiting on some other folks to jump in for the chatathon. It's going to be a 10-hour event. And like I said, the purpose of it is to raise money to help for the cancer treatment for Mike Render. And if you're not familiar with it, the thing about it is a lot of this wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Mike. Mike and Leah were the ones who came through with the Aftermath television show that gained huge success. And the thing is had it not been Mike and Leah putting that out there, we probably wouldn't have the SPTV verse like we do. That's where almost all of this branches off from. Most everyone has seen the Going Clear movie that was put out that's you can get on HBO Max now. But it was the Aftermath that really knocked things into overdrive in exposing Scientology and the things that they're doing. So Mike's an OG. We know he was the head of OSA, and we know all the things that were going on with that. So, yeah, Alex, the invitation, I know they've been wanting to throw the invitation out there. If you can get hold of either Chad, Juliana, or Marilyn, and I'll make sure that they give you a shout as well. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Silver Serpent. He's going to be, Alex is down.
Oh,
Chad.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. I knew they were in talks. I didn't want to overstep. And also, Doug, I forgot about Doug got back to us and said he's going to do it too.
Excellent. So now we have Apostate Alex. Okay, excellent. Julianne has already contacted you. Excellent.
All right.
Talked to Mark Fisher the other day, and he and I had a chat, and he's down. He's going to be joining us. We've got now we have Apostate Alex we know is going to be coming on, and we also have Doug Kramer's going to be coming on. So you're going to have all four of the four horsemen are going to be part of that part of the chatathon. So that's going to be pretty cool. Also looking at putting together another Four Horsemen live stream. Everyone seems to really like those, and we have a great time doing it. It's been it's a lot of fun for all of us. We're all friends, and we get along excellently for it. So that's going to be something awesome. Working on some projects right now. As I had announced in the last live stream on Sunday night, in the final stages now, but coming soon is Xenu brand coffee. I'm in works with a coffee roasting company about packaging and branding Xenu brand coffee. That's going to be coming out pretty soon. I've got my trademark and copyrights and all that going through right now. So that's being a That's a lot that I'm working with. I picked up another sponsor for the channel, Maker Stock, who provides materials for crafters, especially laser and different folks. Make sure you get over there and check them out. They're a great company. I literally asked them if I could just use their logo because I'm going to be doing a live stream about materials and everything for the lasers and for the CNC routers and everything. And they said, hey, how about instead of just doing that, we're just going to send you product and you can use the product on air. And the crazy thing is, I was already in the process of putting an order in with them because their prices are actually lower than Amazon, who had been the best. I can get better quality wood for doing the laser engraving than I would off of Amazon, and it's still coming in at about 50 cents less a piece. So, and that makes a big difference when you're doing a lot of um, production like I've been doing as of late. Let's see here. Xenu, that's not even. I just wanted to make sure I didn't get myself in any situation where I could have anything landed back on me. And you know, as well as I do, purpose for the litigation, and a lot of times isn't about being able to win on the grounds of you violated our rights or our marks or anything like that. It's about making the person go bankrupt. You can't literally fight for themselves. So that's why I went that way. I just wanted to make sure I protect myself. You know, again, it's just another thing of being a dad. I want to make sure I protect my family on that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get ready to get started. And so I'm going to jump into the RD Works, and so we're going to pull that up here. And what I have, and unfortunately, that's the RD Works problem, is they do that. The screen, for some reason, I don't know why it does that in RD Works. It's a free program to use, but you know, it's very easy for me to use it. And when you're actually using it firsthand, you don't notice these little marks and blemishes that are in the center there. But what I did, I've been designing a new guitar Explorer style body that I am producing. And the way I'm doing it, hey, Borderline, what's going on? Don't worry about being late. You're here. What I'm doing is I'm actually designing a new guitar that I'm going to be building from layers of 1/8-inch plywood. And I'm going to take those layers and they're all going to be glued together and create a whole new electric guitar. The beautiful thing about it is, say if I want to use a Gibson 335 style or a 355 style, whichever it is, those are semi-hollow body, or I want to do a Les Paul style semi-hollow body or a Telecaster. Because I'm doing these in layers, I can literally make it a semi-hollow body guitar. And that's the awesome thing about it. So we've got it in here, and I've got my measurements set. The standard Explorer body is around 22 inches in length from tip to tip, and about 17 inches from top to bottom. I did the initial design, and when I loaded it into RD Works, what I did was up in the top control bar up here, it has there we go, got it right there. Let me use the mouse. It might be actually easier. Has BMP up there. So what I want to do with that is I'm going to take that and I click on it, and it's going to take me through a process to trace the image that I put in there. I'm going to remove all the backfill out of it and just leave that image in there. And it's going to bring me over to a cut style instead of a fill style from the image. And then when I open it up, as you see, we're going to put the outputs going to be working, and the speed is going to be 10 inches per second. I'm going to do 2 passes to make sure, because as I've said before, the plywood lately has been horrible quality in the big sheets. They're just warped out of comparison. And if you can see, when I pull the window up from the laser itself, you're going to see that I had to tape down the corners and the midsections of that plywood. And let's see here, Borderline Watt will rewatch in bed tomorrow, 118. Oh yeah, don't worry about it, brother. Thank you for being here. And take care. I've got it on processing mode as to cut. I have the air assist on. And as for my power, I'm going 85% to 100% on it. Earlier today, I went through and did my weekly cleaning. I cleaned all the mirrors, cleaned all the lenses on the laser here, so it all should be ready to go. We're going to click OK on that, and we're going to come on down over here, and we're going to hit download. All right, now it's going to ask me. It's going to give me have a name put in there, because what it does is it actually saves the files into the AP laser itself. So let me make sure. All right. All right. Good night, Borderline. So we're going to go ahead and download that and give it a second here. This program's been running kind of slow as of late. Plus, this is also a big file. And now we have confirmation that it has been downloaded onto that. Close that out. We're going to come back from that, pull that out of the stream, and we're going to go to the laser. There we go. And what we're going to do here, Chad, I'm going to pull you out for a little bit, bud, okay?
Okay.
So, and, all right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get the filtration system going. As you know, that I love the smell of wood burning, but this whole garage is going to be filled with it in just a moment here. Sorry if it's loud. We're going to get her closed up and get ready to go on this. You're going to see it. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to frame out how big I'm cutting, and then we're going to get started and go ahead and cut it out. Now it's going a little bit slower than my normal cuts that I do on it, and that's simply because I'm cutting through the plywood. And the nice thing about with the AP laser is it has a tinted glass covering over the top of it. So I can literally sit here and watch it as it's cutting. Now I've got the camera in there for you guys so you can see what's going on with it. And once it is finished with the cut, then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to lay over the design that I'm going to engrave into the guitar itself. But this will give you an idea how it is to make, how I'm going to be actually making these electric guitars by using layers of plywood on them. It's lighting up your life, Alec. Yeah, I tell you what, one of the things a lot of people don't realize, and because there's just so many of these lasers out there, you've got to have some kind of eye protection. It's not good. Let's see how we're doing there. And it's going through on its second pass now. So shortly here we will have it. I'm going to move the a potato tree. What are you talking about? Now, as you can see, it's already broken through for the most part, but I'm doing the two passes just to make sure I'm good on it. I want to make sure it cuts through real good. Now, once it's finished with this, I'm going to come in, I'm going to place a couple things on top of it to help weigh it down. The engraving part that's going to be going in there is going to be a smaller one because they take time. Let's see here, we're almost done. It's making its way around and the entire thing has cut out. Excellent. So I'm going to get back in there. I'm going to use some pieces to weigh it down a little bit, and we'll get ready to start with the next part of it. But you'll get an idea there, and I'm going to move the camera so you see better. Now let me make sure that you can see good there. Okay, cool. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the RD Works. Let me pull this out real quick. Now, got the RD Works in there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the image to be engraved on it. Let's see here. on down. And this will tell you how many things I've got. And we'll go with, if that's a BMP file, cool. So that's the actual image that's going to engrave on it. I'm going to go ahead and shrink that down and see where we are at. All right. All right, hold on 1 second here. I need to. There we go. All right. There we go. So we're going to get it in there, and I want to put it close to center on that. Bunch it up a little bit more. Get it where I want it. All right. So good. That's on scan. So we're going to go in here and we're going to start the settings on that. The speed is at 30. And I'm going to do 2 passes on this to make sure it burns in good. I am going to start it at 25 and go to 45 for it. Everything's looking, I don't want negative image. I want the straight image on it. If I did it in negative, it would outline everything and the lettering would be coming through as a non-burned image in there. So we got that. We're going to turn off the laser cut because we don't need to cut it. We've already done that. And I'm just going to say this as logo POTG for Poe on the go. Get that in there, and that's going to download into the AP laser. And I'm telling you, this machine is amazing how easily it works. So very happy with how everything with this machine, and we are a success on that. Now I'm going to go back over, and I am going to show you I'm going to frame it out like I've done before, and then I'm going to put it in and start burning it in. So let me get over to the other side there. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let me make sure that's all in frame so y'all can see it. That's good. Okay. Now, as you see, that laser works pretty quick. So I can keep an eye on it from here, see how everything's going. Let me pull our boy Chad back in while it's going.
Thanks, Bo.
All right, let me see what's going on in the chat here. Let's see here. Alex, you can talk to everybody. Don't worry about that. I'm not worried about it being taken over. There's going to be somewhat dead spots in here because we're waiting for the laser to do its job and everything. But as you see, it's working its way through there and it's burning that image into it. It's going to make 2 complete passes on it. I got the filtration system going just simply so I can get the smoke out of here. Otherwise, it choked me out of here.
And then, just so you guys know, yeah, don't feel bad about taking over Chad, because anyone that knows Chad knows that Chad has no apologies for taking over Chad.
10 exit, right?
Yep. I always take over 11 Smith chats.
But that's, this is one of the great things about having a good laser system like this. I'm able to not only cut these bodies out, but I can layer, as I'm layering them, I could put serial numbers, those kinds of things into the body. I could put production dates, put my own logo in there. As you see, we're calling it the Signature Series. We've got the Raven in the O because, of course, Poe, Edgar Allan Poe, the Raven. And a lot of people, with my first logo, a lot of people weren't happy with it. Let's see here. If anyone wants to reach me, I miss any comments, anyone is always welcome to email me and I can respond there. Yep. Alex is good people. If for some reason he didn't respond or something like that, he's not trying to be disrespectful. Alex is good people. So there you go. Excellent. All right. Is this etching directly onto what will become the guitar? Or is this getting stuck into it? It's actually what it's doing is it's burning the image into the wood there, like it would under any laser engraving. And that will... so what it's doing is it's permanently burning it into the wood. That's why there's smoke and there's need for the filtration system and everything like that. And yes, this is going to be a prototype guitar. As I said, I've made a new design that I'm working on now. So I'm working on getting that, getting that set up. And I have a few different designs I'm working on. One of the big things I have to make sure I'm doing is that I'm not infringing on anyone else's designs in a way that could cause me any kind of trouble. So you have to make a lot of different design choices in it. You have to make a lot of changes. I have a couple of designs that are brand new designs that I came up with. So I'm working on all those. And as the orders come in, I'll be working on those things as more interest comes along. I've got a couple of guitar stores here locally that have said that once I start rolling with the production and everything, they're going to carry them in their stores. So that's just a nice way. And then I've had a few people who have contacted me directly through email who would like to see about getting their own. And you can literally see it right there. I'm going to back me and Chad out. Let me back Chad out real quick there. You can actually see the laser, the red line, as it's cutting through there. And what it's doing is it's literally burning the wood and it's burning down into the wood. I have an upcoming stream where I'm going to actually show how to cut the wood with the laser and make inlays so that you can set other pieces of wood, different color wood in there to set it off against the actual background wood. All right, we're good on that. I've got it. Looks like it's finished. I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. I'll hit it with a sandpaper real quick and just clean it up. Every time you do something like this, there's going to be the scorched edges that are there. So let me get on over there and check this out.
What do you use, about 320 on that, Poe? I bet he uses about 320 grit on that. That's what Chad would do.
All right, now we got the exhaust off and we've got the lasers turned off now. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. But Here we go. Let's see if we can get this all in the frame. So as you see, that's the design I'm working on. It's a Explorer style guitar.
Wow.
And the nice thing about it is, like I said, we'll just pull this off and bring it right up so you can see it. Well, if I can figure out how to use camera. But that's nice and engraved in there. It's etched in there real good, so I don't have to worry about how it does. And if I can get this thing to go back on there properly, there we go, and get it back in spot. So as you can see, you can hear it. It's engraved into the wood. I'd say about 1/32 of an inch, but it's engraved right in there. Now, what I'm going to be doing with these is I will be taking these and literally stacking layers on top of each other. All of the access points for all of the electronics and everything will be hidden inside of it. So I can go in, wire everything, run all the wires through. And the nice thing is I'm going to have this really unique looking piece that is going to be hopefully a good sounding guitar. And honestly, the only downside to it is it just takes time. You know, I've got to glue them, got to set them overnight. And let's see here. Oh, we got a new member to the channel, KP. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to I believe the name was it the Popos, Chad?
Think so.
Yeah, Popos is what everybody voted on. So let's see if you've got any questions in there, put them start them off with hashtag not with hashtag, with the @ symbol and then post, so I know that they're directed to me. And let's see, make sure I didn't miss any questions. All right. And it looks good. So excellent. Okay. And if you're interested in getting one of these guitars, hit me up. My email address is poondago@gmail.com. And real simple, just shoot me an email. I get a lot of emails. If I don't respond immediately, um, I'm not ignoring you. It's just I get a ton of emails every day. KP, been lurking long enough. Excellent. Thank you. Says, well, if I can get it to load up there. Thank you for putting my email address up, Goldie. Again, everybody show some love to Goldie. Denver Sevo, welcome in tonight. What let's see. Alex, how do you ensure the wood you are using is strong enough to handle the pressure, tension? Um, when you're layering the plywood like that, it's going to increase every time that I put a new layer to it. And then the adhesives that I'm using, which are good, strong wood adhesives, they add to the rigidity of it as well. And you got to remember, this is 1/8 inch plywood that I'm using. So whereas it may seem nice and thin right now, when I'm done, that's going to be 1 3/4 inches in thickness. So it's going to be a pretty strong piece once it's all done. And thanks to the epoxies and everything like that. And then I'll be finishing them and it'll be per each of the customers' wants or the guitar shop's wants, how they want them finished. It could be anything from a natural oil finish to them with a stain, and it could be all the way up to encasing them in a resin finish. KP, I've been lurking long enough. I'll be sure to join when Clearwater Chad gets his memberships up. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. And again, welcome to the family. There, yeah. Now, that's a real good question. I don't know where Alex keeps coming up with these questions from. Hey, Dave. All right, folks, if you haven't seen my buddy Dave here, gotta love Thailand, lives over in Surin, Thailand, got his family over there doing real great, puts out some great content. His channel is actually Gotta Love Thailand. Does a lot of recorded content and a lot of live streams. He's just a real good down to earth guy. So I was talking about some of the projects I've been working on. All right, Alex. I'll put that up in a second here. Um, some of the projects I'm working on for some content I'm going to be doing is I was hoping that Juliana would be in here tonight so that I could get hold of her, but I'll email her later. I'm looking at two big trips I'm going to be working on. One is heading back to Thailand, and I'm working on some sponsorships with some motorcycle manufacturers. Oh, no problem, Dave. Nothing but love, brother. Thank you. Um, I'm working with some motorcycle manufacturers. I want to do a motorcycle ride from the very northern tip of Thailand all the way down to the southern tip where it meets Malaysia and film the whole thing, be doing live streams while I'm over there. After I get back, I want to start working on the next project, which is heading down to South America. I want to hit Brazil and Colombia. I want to go and I want to get some live. I want to do some live streams by the ponds, lakes, and the rivers there, where they have the hippos that were released when Pablo Escobar was taken out of power and they escaped from his private zoo. So, and as I was talking to Dave not too long ago on one of his live streams, he asked me to, he allowed me to jump in on one of his live streams. He and I were talking. Dave said he'd be interested in jumping in on the motorcycle ride with me as well, from the top of Thailand to the bottom, or at least part of it. And that'd be awesome to have somebody there, a person I trust to ride along with. So, and Dave's been living over in Thailand for a while now, owns a house over there, got a family going. He's a really great guy. So it just seems every time I get over there, one reason or another, I never get a chance to get over and see him. He lives a few hours away from Bangkok. And for one reason or another, I always get caught up. So see here. Let's see, Deviant Outcast, the very fact they are they are in fact very different. That's the one thing that's very clear. Oh, okay, I have no idea what y'all are talking about on that one. I'm so far behind in the chats. Um, Gary Shields, welcome back, brother. Well, jack of all trades, master of none. You know how that goes. Um, I've talked about it before. My father was a horribly brutal man, and it was not good growing up. The thing is that one thing he did teach me is learn everything you can. Having skills will help you out throughout the rest of your life. And that's, what we're looking at right now is I've learned everything I could. I learned how to weld, I've learned how to woodwork, learned how to use epoxy resins. I'm an old dog, but now I've learned how to use a CNC laser. I know how to use a CNC router. Thing is, folks, do not be afraid to learn. You can do it. Just put yourself to it, and you can actually, come up with things that you may not have believed you could ever do. Let's see, Posse Alex. That'll be awesome. I'm hoping towards end of September, October. If it has to jump over to October, it'll be in the last part of October. I'm looking at about 6 to 8 weeks being over there, doing the ride through Thailand, and then just a couple of weeks in South America. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'd seen that they um yeah, they call them the Chippos. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's see. KP, my boyfriend would be down for the Thailand motorcycle ride. We were in Atlanta. He has an Indian. Yeah, but the thing is him being, he's going to have to probably rent something over there. No, I don't ship my motorcycle over there. I'm actually talking with manufacturers of motorcycles right now about sponsoring and providing motorcycles for the ride. Um, and yeah, it's so expensive, and it's so expensive to try to ship a motorcycle over there. I know that I've been looking into the retirement visa for Thailand, and the thing is that with that retirement visa, I can bring over one shipping container full of stuff, which I'd hopefully be able to bring a motorcycle in on. Borderline Watt, Night Poe, and Chad. Sorry to take over your chat. You're not taking it over. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Everybody's welcome.
Yep.
Alex, I'm actually talking to the wife right now about doing a separate trip just to London. One of the problems is the wife has language barriers that are a real worry for her. And so we've been talking about going places where English is the main language. London has been a real a place she's been wanting to go to. So that in Australia. So yeah, we'll definitely be able to meet up and hang out for a few days while we're there. Um, and you can show us around your area, show us the org. Maybe we can do a live stream from outside the org there in London. And Chad, I know you've been doing a lot of sightseeing around your area.
Yep.
Can you tell us some about some of the content you've been putting out?
Oh, I've been loving it. Yeah. A lot of the historic places in Buffalo. Like today, we went to the Irish Famine Memorial, and that was pretty cool. And then we went to a naval base. We went to Lincoln Memorial. We went to Sabre Stadium and the Bill Stadium. And we're having a lot of fun with that. And on top of that, we're doing the top 10 pizza places in Buffalo. And I got to pace myself on that because I can't eat too much pizza because I'm getting old. People seem to enjoy it, though.
Excellent, sir. Yeah, I muted my mic so I didn't
No
get the echoing going. Oh yeah, yeah, we have to go, Alex. Saint Hill, we've got to do that. Let's see, Deviant Outcast. Why does it keep doing it? The one good thing my dad taught me was when you don't know, look it up in the books, the encyclopedia. Yeah, that was one thing my father was really big about, was making sure that we were always studying and looking things up and learning how to do different things. Oh yeah, Dave, I was listening on your on the stream I jumped in on a few days ago about the Royal Enfield. I am so jealous of that. I love those Royal Enfields. Let's see what else we got. Love the memorials at Clearwater Chat. Oh, that's awesome. There you go. Denver Stevo's saying he loves the
yeah.
let's see, Lady BB, thank you for that super chat. Thank you for sharing your gift. Oh, no problem whatsoever. Um, I love getting out there and actually, sharing with people and hopefully inspiring you to take that step and learn how to do something that you've never done before. To me, that's the biggest payback of it all. The super chats and all that, they can go to the wayside. I want to see you step outside your comfort zone, learn how to do something and turn it into an art form. That to me, that's the biggest payback I can get. Tease time. Hey, welcome, Tease time. What? Clearwater Chad isn't from Clearwater? Well, who says he's not from Clearwater? He could be down there, he could be up there in New York on vacation visiting with family.
That's
So
true.
Let's see here. All right, folks. So if you've got any other questions, go ahead, throw them on out there. As I said, we got a lot of things in the works. Going to be getting together with Alex, Doug, and Chad here real soon. We're going to be bringing the Four Horsemen back, and we're going to be able to bring you guys another great night of us just sitting and talking BS to each other. And I have a great time doing it, and thankfully that everyone that's watching has a good time with it as well. Okay, there you go. Just reading everybody's comments here and everything. So if we have no other questions, we're going to get ready to start heading on out the door here. Dave, are you doing a live stream tonight as well over at Guide to Left Thailand? And let's see here, Joel McQueen. Let's see. I think the police department misses you. I am also sure that the public miss you. Thanks for all the fun. You know what? Excellent. Dave is going to be doing a live stream on his channel, Gotta Love Thailand, a little bit here. Thank you, Alex. I miss the interaction with the public. I miss being able to get out there and see everybody and talk to them. That was one, I've said it a million times. That is one of my biggest passions that I had, was being able to interact with the community, see how people are doing, and what are your fears? What do you like? What do you don't like? And the thing is that, you know, the, that's the interaction with the community is the way you build the community strength with the police department. Is you get out there, you actually show people that you're concerned, that you're committed, that you want to help out, that you want to make things right within the community. And I just love to see so many more police departments working harder with the, community policing. it doesn't take but a few minutes. And what does it hurt you to get out, see someone sitting on their porch, seeing them in their backyard having a barbecue, something like, and let me tell you, I had some of the best meals of my life being invited to people's barbecues. But the great thing about it is that, and I've said it a million times, all the people that I've met and their stories, their backgrounds, things like that. There was a house I went to, from the outside, it looked like it was ready to fall down. You go inside of it, floors and walls, white marble. It had been a speakeasy during Prohibition. They had a basement that you went to, and when you went out to the basement up to the edge, it put you right up alongside the Detroit River. And it looked like you were 15, 20 feet off the river, but that was it. There was a hidden elevator that would take you down to a sub basement, and that's where they brought all of the liquor in from Canada. And then they would bring it up in the elevator, and they had this speakeasy going on in there. And like I said, it was all white marble inside of this place. But if you looked at it from the outside, you thought it was a shack ready to fall down. Man, it was an old guy who used to own it back when it was a speakeasy and ran it as a bar for years after that. But this is a home that he's living in, and you just wouldn't believe it. One of our factories that we had, it's been there for decades, and they have a hidden tunnel that takes you right down to the river so that they could bring the liquor in and bring it up through this hidden tunnel and disperse it from there. I mean, just getting out there and actually meeting the community, talking to people, it's just amazing stuff. And sometimes, like I said, with some of the senior citizens, they don't have a lot of people visiting or coming over to talk to them and things like that. It makes their day to know that someone does care, someone wants to hear their story, someone wants to talk to them. You don't have to be a police officer to do it. You're in your neighborhood, you see that elderly person that's sitting there and they're sitting on their porch, just say hi. Go talk to them for a moment. What does it hurt you to actually make a new friend, learn a new story about someone's life? But that all fits back into my motto, folks. Life is short. You get one shot at it, and make it count. So thank you very much for joining me. I will see you guys back. And Dave is he's going live in 30 minutes. So if you guys want to jump over there to Dave's channel, Gotta Love Thailand, in about 30 minutes, he's going to be going live there. Always some great discussions going on. And like I said, Dave's a really good guy. I consider him a personal friend and everything. So folks, thank you very much for joining me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I consider it a blessing to be able to be out here and do these things, folks. It's there's so much negativity in the world nowadays. It's just nice to be able to bring something positive into the world. So thank you.